Picture this. You're on a date, and suddenly, time seems to slow down. The person across from you says something that makes you pause. Your heart skips a beat, and a thought flashes through your mind. This person is different. But what exactly makes them different? What sets them apart from all the rest? Hey everyone, welcome to today's video, where we're diving deep into the world of keepers. Those rare individuals who possess the qualities that make for amazing partners. We're not just talking about surface-level charm or good looks here. We're talking about the kind of person who makes you feel seen, heard, and valued. Type who doesn't just sweep you off your feet, gives you wings to soar. In a dating landscape filled with red flags and disappointments, it's crucial to recognize the green flags, those positive traits that signal a potentially fulfilling relationship. But here's the thing, spotting these traits isn't always easy. Sometimes they're subtle. Sometimes we're so used to settling for less that we miss them entirely. That's why today we're going to explore what truly makes someone a keeper. We'll uncover the key attributes to look for, how to recognize them in action, and even how to cultivate these qualities in ourselves. Because let's face it, to attract a keeper, it helps to be one yourself. So whether you're single and searching, in a relationship, and wondering if you've found the one, or simply looking to improve your own relationship skills, this video is for you. Get ready to transform your understanding of what makes a great partner. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be equipped with the knowledge to not just spot a keeper, but to run towards the healthy, fulfilling relationship you deserve. Let's dive in and discover what it really means when we say, if he says this, he's a keeper. Before we dive into specific traits and behaviors, let's take a step back and explore what we mean when we say someone is a keeper. It's a phrase we toss around casually, but what does it really signify? At its core, being a keeper means being someone worth holding on to, someone who adds value to your life in meaningful and lasting ways. It's not about being perfect, because let's face it, nobody is. Instead, it's about possessing a combination of qualities that contribute to a healthy, supportive, and growth-oriented relationship. Keeper is someone who not only makes you happy in the moment, but also contributes to your long-term well-being and personal growth. They're the kind of partner who lifts you up, challenges you to be your best self, and stands by you through thick and thin. In essence, a keeper is someone who makes the journey of life better, as they're walking alongside you. Now, let's delve into the psychology behind these healthy relationship behaviors. What's going on in the mind of a keeper that sets them apart? First and foremost, keepers tend to have a growth mindset. They view relationships not as a finished product, but as a continual work in progress. This mindset allows them to approach challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. Secondly, keepers often have a high degree of emotional intelligence. They're in tune with their own emotions and capable of understanding and empathizing with others. This emotional awareness forms the foundation for effective communication, conflict resolution, and mutual support, all crucial elements of a healthy relationship. Another key aspect of the keeper mindset is a sense of personal responsibility. Keepers don't play the blame game or see themselves as victims of circumstance. Instead, they take ownership of their actions and their role in the relationship. This accountability is crucial for building trust and fostering a sense of security in the partnership. Lastly, keepers tend to have a balanced sense of self. They have their own identities, goals, and passions outside of the relationship, which allows them to be supportive partners without becoming overly dependent or losing themselves in the process. Understanding the psychology gives us valuable insight into what makes a keeper tick. It's not just about what they do, but why they do it. This understanding forms the foundation for recognizing and appreciating these qualities in potential partners and in ourselves. Now that we understand the keeper mindset, let's dive into what I like to call the keeper scale. This is a set of key attributes that truly set keepers apart. Let's start with emotional intelligence and empathy. These are the cornerstones of a keeper's personality. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as recognize, understand, and influence the emotions of others. A keeper doesn't just react to situations. They respond thoughtfully, considering both their own feelings and yours. Empathy takes this a step further. It's the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes, to truly understand and share their feelings. When your partner says, "I can see why you'd feel that way," and genuinely means it, that's empathy in action. It's this quality that allows keepers to provide the emotional support that's so crucial in a relationship. Next on our scale is effective communication skills. Now, we're not talking about flowery declarations of love or witty banter, though those can be nice too. We're talking about the ability to express thoughts, feelings, and needs clearly and respectfully. A keeper knows how to listen actively, not just waiting for their turn to speak, truly hearing and processing what you're saying. They can discuss difficult topics without resorting to aggression or shutting down. Remember, good communication isn't about never having conflicts. It's about handling those conflicts in a healthy, productive way. Moving on to accountability and personal growth. This is where the rubber really meets the road in a relationship. Keeper takes responsibility for their actions and their impact on you. They don't make excuses or shift blame. Instead, they own up to their mistakes, apologize sincerely, and most importantly, make efforts to change and improve. This ties into personal growth. A keeper is always striving to be better, not just for themselves, but for the relationship too. They see self-improvement as a lifelong journey, and they're committed to that journey. Last but certainly not least on our keeper scale is consistency and reliability. In a world full of flakiness and ghosting, keeper stands out by being dependable. They do what they say they'll do. They show up, not just physically, but emotionally too. This consistency builds trust, which is the bedrock of any strong relationship. A keeper's reliability means you can count on them, not just for the big things, but for the small, everyday stuff too. Now, it's important to note that nobody scores perfectly on the keeper scale all the time. We're all human, after all. But a true keeper will consistently demonstrate these qualities more often than not. They might stumble occasionally, but their overall pattern of behavior will align with these attributes. Now that we've outlined the key attributes on our keeper scale, let's see how these qualities play out in real life. After all, it's one thing to understand these concepts in theory, but recognizing them in action is where the real magic happens. Let's start with a scenario that demonstrates emotional intelligence and empathy. Imagine you've had a rough day at work. Your presentation didn't go as planned, and you're feeling discouraged. You come home, visibly upset. Keeper partner might respond like this: "Hey, you seem down. Is everything okay? Want to talk about it?" They listen attentively as you vent, nodding and maintaining eye contact. Then they say, "That sounds really frustrating. I can see why you'd feel disappointed after putting so much work into that presentation." This response shows they're tuned into your emotions and are making an effort to understand your perspective. Now, let's look at effective communication in action. Picture a couple disagreeing about how to spend their weekend. Instead of arguing or giving each other the silent treatment, keeper might say, "I know you want to go hiking, and I want to catch up on rest at home. Can we brainstorm some ideas that might satisfy both of our needs?" This approach opens up a dialogue, shows respect for both partners' desires, and aims for a win-win solution. For accountability and personal growth, consider this scenario. Partner forgets an important date, maybe a birthday or anniversary. Keeper's response might look like this: "I really messed up by forgetting our anniversary. I feel terrible about it. I know this day is important to you, and I want you to feel valued. I'm going to put reminders in my calendar for all our special dates, so this doesn't happen again. In the meantime, how about we plan a special celebration to make up for?" This response acknowledges the mistake, takes responsibility, offers a solution for the future, and attempts to make amends. Lastly, let's look at consistency and reliability. This often shows up in the small, everyday actions. It's the partner who always texts when they say they will, who remembers how you like your coffee and surprises you with it, who consistently asks about your day and really listens to the answer. It's the person who stands by their commitments, big and small, day in and day out. Now let's tune into something that can be incredibly revealing about a person's keeper potential: their words. You've probably heard the saying, "Actions speak louder than words." And while that's often true, the phrases a person consistently uses can give us valuable insight into their mindset and emotional intelligence. Let's explore some key keeper phrases and what they really mean. First up, we have, "I understand how you feel." Now, this isn't just a throwaway line. When a keeper says this, they genuinely mean it. It's empathy in action. They're not trying to fix your problem or dismiss your emotions. Instead, they're creating a safe space for you to express yourself. They're saying, "Your feelings are valid, and I'm here to support you." This phrase shows that they're actively listening and making an effort to see things from your perspective. Next, we have, "Let's work through this together." This is the hallmark of a team player, someone who sees the relationship as a partnership. When conflicts arise, and they will in any relationship, a keeper doesn't see it as you versus me. They approach it as us versus the problem. This phrase indicates a willingness to collaborate, to find solutions that work for both partners. It's about facing challenges as a united front, which is crucial for long-term relationship success. Another powerful keeper phrase is, "I appreciate you." It might seem simple, but the impact of these words is profound. A keeper understands the importance of expressing gratitude and recognition. They don't take their partner for granted. This phrase isn't just about saying thank you for specific actions. It's a broader acknowledgement of your worth as a person. When someone consistently expresses appreciation, it nurtures a positive atmosphere in the relationship and reinforces emotional connection. Lastly, we have what might be the most difficult phrase for many people to say. "I was wrong, and I'm sorry." This is where we see real accountability in action. A keeper can admit when they've made a mistake. They don't make excuses or try to shift blame. This phrase shows humility, self-awareness, and a genuine commitment to the relationship. It's not about winning or losing an argument. It's about valuing the relationship more than being right. As we come to the end of our journey through the world of keepers, let's take a moment to recap what we've learned. We've explored the key qualities that make someone a keeper: emotional intelligence and empathy, effective communication skills, accountability and personal growth, and consistency and reliability. We've seen how these traits can transform potential conflicts into opportunities for deeper connection, and how cultivating these qualities in ourselves can create a positive ripple effect in all areas of our lives. Remember, being a keeper isn't about perfection. It's about consistent effort, growth, and genuine care for your partner and your relationship. I encourage you to not only seek these traits in potential partners, but also to actively cultivate them in yourself. Whether you're single, in a new relationship, or have been with your partner for years, there's always room for growth and improvement. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Share your experiences with keeper qualities in the comments below. Have you encountered these traits in your relationships? How have they impacted your life? Your stories could inspire and help others in their own journeys. Remember, the journey to becoming a keeper and finding a keeper is ongoing. It takes work, but the rewards, fulfilling relationship, personal growth, and a positive impact on those around you are immeasurable. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of what it truly means when we say, "If he says this, he's a keeper." With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.